it says we are live. Good afternoon. How's it, guys? Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys all are well. I see already my mom bakes cakes. Welcome, welcome. Let's say hello to my friend from Australia, Mipet. How's it going, darling?
Hi, it's good. Except it's evening here, thanks, Sal. It's not afternoon. We're well past that.
Damn globe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful. It's been a really actually weird ass day with the weather here. It rains and then it stops and then it rains and then it stops and it's just been really weird. But yes, we've got my mum bakes cakes in the chat, and it yeah
He started the
we're going to be
conversation even before we
yeah,
started like live.
exactly
He already wants
exactly.
to stir us up.
And this is a topic we will be discussing tonight, or today, whatever.
Yes,
Today.
can we just get past the pleasantries at least?
Now, I had a
Uh,
lovely weekend. I got to see all of my grandchildren, and so yeah, four of them. I babysat three of them last night, and yeah, then I got to see my other little grandson this afternoon. So it's been awesome. Been really, really happy.
I'm very, very glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I had an empty weekend because my son is working now, so I'm alone again. And my visiting for the kids is next weekend, so I just only got to speak to them.
Well, you got to come on the shills today. So what's your
Oh,
problem
that
now?
was awesome. That was
We had so
awesome.
much fun. We thought it
Uh,
was great.
Technically, now I've been awake for, let's say, in the last uh, 30 hours, I've slept 1 hour.
Yeah, it feels like I've only slept about an hour in that amount of time. Although I think it is actually five. I think I got about 5 hours last night. By the time I got home, and then my alarm went off. This morning to get up for the shields, it feels like only about 5 hours, but like it was about 5 hours, but it only feels like about an hour. But
Yeah,
I'm just living on adrenaline at the moment. How about you? Is it just the adrenaline keeping you up? Got to
I
do
guess
this. I've got to
time.
do this.
Sorry, darling, I missed that last part.
Is that you just like the little train who could? You're just going. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I've got to. That sort of thing.
It's not choice in the matter. But
Yeah,
then time is relative, you know? They say,
exactly.
oh, time flies when you're having fun, or time is going so slow when things are difficult. But, it's
That I
in
can relate.
reality, it's moving the same.
Yes, well, yes, but it can feel like it's a freaking long time sometimes.
So the crystals thing was quite crazy.
Well, yes, I was. Yes, I came out of the closet as a secret crystal crazy person because I actually do have two crystal pyramids and a crystal ball. I didn't mention that too much today, but I did look into my crystal ball this morning, and it had none of that crazy shit that we went through in it. So that
Well,
lied to me as well. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, last week I didn't want to talk too much about it, but now that I've already been on there, um, she also used to use the Ouija board, the Ouija
Yeah,
board.
we got a Ouija.
Yeah, she had the Ouija one, and yeah, they'd be locked in the room for hours and hours just asking questions. You know.
Yeah, my daughter had one, and yeah, we used it a couple of times. And there was some freaky occurrences, I must admit, that came out that people certainly shouldn't or couldn't have known. that were there that I checked up on the information afterwards. You know, like the house that I was living in at the time, where we had this reading, if you like to call it, I don't know what you call it when you do the Ouija board, but there was a question came up about, you know, who had lived in the house previously and things like that, and it came up that this the person that lived in there previously, it was something to do with a motorbike, and that this person had died, and a motorbike, and something else came up as well. And I'd actually ended up speaking to the land agent and asking them about the previous tenant in the house. And it wasn't the previous tenant, it was the one before had actually died in a motorcycle accident. So that sort of freaked me the fuck out a bit. Because, you know,
Freaky.
I mean, you know, it was like, how could, because it was only sort of my kids and their friends, you know, young people. How the fuck could they have known if anyone was pushing it around? How would they have known
You
that?
see, that's why I wanted to have the stream on Friday. We were supposed to be talking about these things on Friday.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm
No.
sorry that it was, yeah, a bit of a nightmare. I had a bit of
Look,
a bad day on Friday.
no one can say that like out of the ordinary things don't happen. You know, out of the ordinary things happen actually all the time. We just want to say hello to my mom bakes cakes, antagonizing us before the stream starts, and Gregory. Hi, darlings.
Yeah, so you can blame me for
I
Friday, but
suppose we
very
should
weird.
get to Ross and get it over with. Hey,
If you insist.
not really. I mean, you know,
I only caught the very end of it, and then that was plenty enough for me.
I
But
watched the
you can
whole
go into
damn
the
thing.
deep
Well, I watched the whole debate, supposed debate in massive air quotes, um, because Craig, as he sounds like he has the flu or something, and he pummeled. I use the word pummeled. He pummeled Ross, flat Earth Aussie Jesus Iron Horse.
whatever the hell he
Fucking
wants to be
iron horse,
called.
sorry. Yeah, no, that is what you call, you know, like grinding something into a pulp and then scattering it into the ocean, maybe where you cannot even detect what it was prior to being pummeled. That's what happened to Ross. And I
Yeah, well,
challenge anyone to
I was just, I
you
was
know
just going to say,
prove me wrong,
well,
change my mind.
In the Olympics, don't they have a pommel horse where they do gymnastics on it? The men,
Yeah.
he could be, well, he could be one of those, couldn't he? Instead of an iron horse, he's a pommel horse.
A pomelo. Yes, that is exactly it. Oh my god, sorry, it took me a second because I was still scattering his ashes in the ocean.
And
Ah,
I agree, Gregory, he is a special character. And no, he has definitely no basic grasp on reality.
you know what my
And
thing is, right?
trying to say he comes from, well, not my state, thank fuck. Me and my mum bakes cakes. Yeah, we're in the good state that doesn't have too many. Well, I haven't actually heard of any flat earthers in South Australia, but I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, all the fucking really wacko ones aren't in here, thank God. But well, I
Well,
don't believe in God either, so you know. But thank fuck, then. Yeah.
Mike Bertelson sends me a message yesterday, but at 5 p.m. You know what I'm doing at 5 p.m. So
Yes.
I didn't see the message until like 7:30, and it says, "I'm arguing with a flat earther from Cape Town." And I'm thinking,
Um,
yeah, I know that they're fucking South African flat earthers. We had that encounter with that Lord guy. And then there's another guy on Facebook, and he's very proud of his flat earthiness. And today I had to tell him, please stop, putting the South African education system on blast. We know that it is um, bad. The education system has fallen, but no need to put it on blast.
oh, so the Triggered Limey did a show featuring Flatzoid. He showed up in chat. All I can say, you're going to have to read it because it's
Wat
you.
'n dompus nai. Okay, I'm not gonna translate that into English. Just
Oh, so
know
something
it's
like a dumb cunt then.
very, yeah, very, very. I don't like words like that.
Sorry. I
But
should be saying things like that on
Gregory
your
knows. But okay, Flatzoid is a special case. He is, um, he's probably the school of, I want to say thought, but it's like Nathan Oakley doesn't really have thoughts. He has like um, uh, furious outbursts. So he sort of comes from that school of thought,
Did he
but he
actually
doesn't.
talk?
Sorry,
I've never
darling.
heard. Does Flatzoid ever actually go onto a like
In the
show and
beginning,
speak?
yes, in the beginning, he was on FTFE, I think twice, and there's quite a couple of other times where he rocks up and he talks. I will see if I
There's
can
like
find
his
the video and link it to you.
video. Most of them that I've seen sort of recently, because I don't follow any flat earthers at all. All you ever see is just printed. I don't read movies, and I certainly don't
Me
read
neither.
fucking flat earth videos. So as soon as you don't, it's just words. I just turn it off. It's like if they can't
Yeah.
be bothered speaking their minds, then fucking too bad. I'm not interested in knowing what they wanted to put across. If you're not going to
Okay.
tell me what you're thinking, then fuck off. Is my
Okay. Can
response
I
to that.
remind you? Mip, can I
Yeah.
remind you? He was very prolific while Reds was still around. And then remember, he took Red's video of the
Yeah.
rocket launch and
Yeah.
removed the 13 or
The
15
11.
frames.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, then he came back with a couple of videos saying he didn't do that, and he tried to double down and triple down. And after he was thoroughly called out for his deception, he started making his videos like this, where he doesn't even talk anymore. He just writes with some fucking stupid music. Like, I have the
Well,
same sentiment as you, where I'm not interested. If you have these thoughts, why can't we talk about it? I've asked him so many times, I'm a South African, you're a South African, let's talk about it. No, because apparently I'm indoctrinated. It's such a fucking buzzword. I think it already lost its meaning now.
yeah. To me, he doesn't even count anymore. He just doesn't count.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
Well, I understand that they want to, show their flat earth, but you don't have evidence. They don't have any evidence. All they have is shouting. Do your own research, bro. Have you done your own research, bro? Or
And yet they
no,
haven't
that's
done
not what we
anything in their
see.
life.
My doll?
I was just going to say that these people that yell and scream, do your own research, none of them have done a day of research in their fucking lives. So, it's total bullshit. But I'm just interested.
Ah.
My mum
Hold
bakes
that
cakes.
thought, sweetheart.
Yeah, I was
We
going to say
have
my mum. Go on.
sorry, we have a new person. I've not seen this name before. Astralux, welcome to the channel. And I don't know. How can the Earth be flat when it's a globe? Well,
Exactly.
duh. Oh, I have to. Sorry, did you? Can you finish your thought? Then I'll carry on.
I was just going to say, Mama Bakes Cakes is just, he dropped a link to, if you know Lindsay, if everyone knows how nutty Lindsay
Yeah,
is.
Booby Lindsay.
Yeah, crazy Lindsay. This one is an Indian that is as crazy as Lindsay. So yeah, I'm
Ooh.
going to tuck that away, and I'll check that one out later. My Mum Bakes Cakes and Astrolux. Um, it's Muppet, by the way, not Muppet, but I don't proclaim that I have done research, whereas Sal has done over 4 years of it. So, and I don't believe in the flat earth either. I'm a glober, thanks. So it's all cool, baby. But yeah, Sal has done so much research and no one will actually discuss it with her. And that's why flat earthers are dumb fucks, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, go on, Sal. I want to check out this. I can't believe there's someone as stupid as Lindsay out there.
Yes, shame, shame. But that is my thing now. They always say, "Oh, every flat earther started out as a glober." Like one thing that Ross, they have no self-awareness. Why aren't you aware of what you're saying? And this is what the globe model foundation is so solid, because when you come to me and ask me, I'm going to give you the exact same answer that some college students did the experiment in college. Why? Because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, and so is that person, and so is every one of us. But then you say, oh, the ancient civilizations knew that the earth was flat. And then Craig points out, pointing the radar at the sun in 1960. And he says, oh, well, how can you trust something from 1960? But then you are trusting something from like 2000, 2500 years ago.
Oh,
Hey,
there was.
Dad, welcome. How's it going, darling?
Oh, hey, Dad.
Yes.
Oh, I love the part that came up. There was the GPS, the ground positioning system that, you know,
That's so funny.
and then Craig then said, well, why are why do the planes have the sensors on the top of the plane? And the bullshit that Ross came up with, oh, because it wraps up and around the plane. So it's just a convenient spot to have it. So the radar wraps up and around the plane and it gets. It's like, are you fucking serious? I mean,
Yes, he was, and he was dead serious. He
he
did not
was.
break his role at all, hey? He did not break his role at all. And, no, I'm sorry, but it just
The
came back
global
to what um,
wisdom.
Dave Weiss, uh, DRTH, whoever that guy is, who
Yeah,
got
yeah.
demolished by Professor Dave. That guy had the same misunderstanding that it sounds that Ross has, because he was also talking about, oh, when the sun comes up above the horizon, it's supposed to be 6,000 miles away from that side and then travel over the earth and then go 6,000 miles to the other side. What are you talking about? Relative to earth, the sun is stationary. It's the earth that is in motion. This can't be too difficult. I don't understand. These are adults.
Yep.
Sorry to get all emotional, but after, more than 4 years of doing this and waiting for a fluff to come up to me and say, 3 years ago, I was shouting, do your own research. Here's my research. Let's compare to your research. They have nothing.
So, of course they don't.
So
They're fun
now,
to yell at, though. I mean, come
after
on.
3
How else do you get
years,
out this?
I think I have a right to be upset that I've been duped by the bloody flat earthers to do your own research. Because not only don't they themselves not do any research, they want you to do all the research and prove
For
to
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, baby, you're not like 8 months old. Come on. Yes, Astrolux.
I'm just gonna send yes, I'm just gonna send out a invitation into the chat.
But as my Discord people know, I'm not very active on there. But if there's something to be active about, I will be. It's mostly for the flat earthers who have, at least half-heartedly done some sort of research. Not take one photo blurry as and then, yes, Jism. I love that oak. He's such an ass because he says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. There goes the ISS. Maybe that's the ISS.
I like what Gregory says too. Do your own research. Research is the same as kids on a playground saying, "My dad's bigger than yours."
And the other one that annoys me to hell is the hovering helicopter, and why doesn't the ground move underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or why doesn't it move while you're jumping up and down? Moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Why doesn't it move when I jump?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's, I love to understand these concepts because conservation of momentum is a thing. Anybody, maybe I've actually carried many buckets of water with fish in it, where we've gone to the lake, we've caught some of their fish, and we're quickly taking it to our pond. And I had to lift up the bucket with the up and down motion of the vehicle as we traveled on the road so the water doesn't squish around too much. I have done that, so
Yep.
It's the simplest thing. And the next simplest thing is distance. You can't say that the distances aren't what they are when you get in your car and the fucking thing says 100 kilometers and you drive 100 kilometers and you get to your destination.
But they don't believe in. I don't even think they believe in odometers either. Because that's something else you've got to rely on that is a measurement that maybe not be real.
It's fine. Then walk. Then you extrapolate the time.
A long fucking tape measure cell. You know that.
I was catching up, now that I have Wi-Fi, I was catching up on some old videos like from 3-4 years ago from some of the people I watch now constantly. And back then, which I have not heard about this guy for a long time, Delano TV.
Oh God, you poor thing. Yeah, he's
you
not on the
baller bitches and scientists say. You baller bitches and scientists say. Like, what?
Yeah, he's I think he's gone on to doing like cartoon, like DC and Marvel shit. I think he's the one. I could be wrong, but hey, half the shit out of my mouth's wrong, so take it or leave it.
No. catch that
Yeah.
clip and
Not everything out of their mouths is wrong, you know. But yeah, no, I think
yeah,
Delano
and
TV he actually stopped doing all the crazy and just started doing something to do with comics and and yeah,
yeah, look,
superhero
that you
TV.
can mock because it's somebody's idea. It's not real life. It's not the real world. That you can go ahead and mock and say, I don't like this idea, I don't like that idea, I like this thing, that shouldn't be drawn like that, whatever, but not reality. We already have a measure for reality. Every single day, hundreds upon thousands of college students who are studying physics and all of that, they are doing these experiments. It's not like we are standing up one day and say, oh, I think I will just calculate gravity for the Earth at 9.81 meters per second here, and then 9.82 meters over there. We don't do that shit. We actually go out and do the observation. And in science, the observation is actually it involves taking a measurement and then taking another measurement and comparing the two measurements.
Yep.
Ross plain down called the scientific method pseudoscience. Plain down. What do you mean? I cannot just go out there and look, because when you go out there and look, you are not seeing the same thing as me.
No one sees the same thing as Ross does. Ever. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. If you want a good education, go to the flat. No, Professor Kyle Adams. Absolutely not, my mum bakes cakes. Don't be a silly. That guy's a moron. He gave himself the title of professor because he says, if other people can have the title of professor, he can have the title of professor also. Hello?
Yeah, oh, they make any shit up. You know that. They also give themselves, not only professor but doctor this and yeah. I'm a
I
doctor
mean,
of
refraction is not a thing.
psychotically. Oh no, that's psychology. Psychotic. I'm psychotic. So it's like
I don't want to call people names.
Why not? It's fun.
My
I'm
mom
terrible.
bakes cakes. Kyle, a professor. Yes, he actually he opened like apparently a little university for himself, and then he made himself the whatever of the university, and then he gave himself the title.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, most of the people that have truth in their channels are the biggest liars on the internet. Yes, totally true. How long have you been checking out? I'm talking to Astrolux now. How long have you sort of been looking at the conspiracy side of things? Because if you're relatively new to flat Earth, it's you're
You're
just
not going to
putting
win this fight.
I tell you what, your mind is going to be blown so much when you first start looking into it, because there is a world of stupid out there, believe me. And yes, I do
But I
have
must
a
say,
behind me. My avatar was actually made by a fellow shill of mine. Because we have actually crushed the flat Earth so many times.
yeah.
But yes, it's
So,
just it
and
gets
I have
exploded.
been doing this since June 2018. So, I myself have crushed the flat Earth so many times. They don't even want to talk to me anymore. They just talk to the big flat earthers because they know that the big flat earthers, they get the exposure and all of that. They know that they're not really going to get that kind of exposure with me. So, and besides, if you don't provide all the data, flat earthers are not going to look at your data.
Oh, but they have all the data. Oh, look. Quick, a butterfly just went past. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
shiny.
thanks. I love it. My education has devolved into using them in crayons.
Yeah, we chew bubblegum crayon flavored crayons.
Oh, cool. Actually, I found I will post some in a picture in Sal's Discord later on after the stream, but I've actually found some crayons that you'd want to munch on. How weird is that?
Ooh.
They're actually,
Astralux
yeah.
says, "Can I throw you an invite to some globe skeptics? You can have some fun with their lives." Yes, please. We are, especially me. All the flat earthers who are around only deal with prominent debunkers. So I would like to my work is open to critique. Every invite I've put out to a flat earther has been denied because I don't have all the data. Damn it.
If
So yeah,
you, I was just going to say,
Mipet does sillies more than me. She has a special folder.
if you if you go into Sal's Discord, which I pop the link in, the first link that I put in was for Sal's Discord. That's called Sal's Space Station. If you put it in the briefing room or the moon chat or wherever you pop it in there, I'll find it. If you just stick the links in there, I will find it and put it in a folder for Sal, and I'll have a look at some of them myself because they are pretty freaking crazies. So that would be awesome, Astrolux. I'd love that. And yep, Greg, I got it. Well, I've got it, the link. I haven't looked at it yet, obviously, because you only posted it a couple of minutes ago. Oh, Bev, one of my favourites.
Hi, Bev who?
Next level, you know.
Oh, oh my goodness! I ended up in one of their Discords, one of their Discord live chats, and I was quiet for a while because I was actually, not ready to talk, and they were speculating which cell it is, and finally I was done doing what I was doing, and I said, "Hello, no, it's not that cell or that cell, it's me." I explained who I am, and they never let me on ever again because obviously we had the up and down fight. The up and down fight did not end well.
Yes, I got sort of banned for a day or so. I haven't actually been back there since then, but we were doing not fundraising as such, but we were last Christmas for Amy and Matt, who are quite well loved in our particular community. They had a really crappy Christmas. Coming up into the Christmas period, they were having a really crappy, rough time. And so I just put the word out into a load of Discords, if you'd like to give Matt and Amy a bit of fun for Christmas and you want to donate, here's a PayPal link. I would appreciate it if, you want to put the link in, that'd be lovely. Put some, if you want to, it's totally up to you. Well, I got so much abuse from Bev. How dare you e-beg in my server? I'm like, e-beg? What the fuck? I just, no. Just no. I wouldn't beg for anything. It was, do you know what I mean? It was like,
No, it was just a
it was
courtesy and
just,
a gesture.
yeah, it was like, everyone loves Amy, everyone that knows Amy
Loves her to
knows her
bits.
and knows her
Yes.
situation and, with Matt, and it's just, how dare you? I was so angry after that, and I just thought, oh, you can just shove it right up your ass, mate. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's a crazy ass dude. That good old Bev tried thinking. He should try thinking. Although, with the one brain cell he's got, I just don't think he could.
According to this thing, we have 6 people watching us right now. So thank you guys so much. Please keep commenting in the live chat. Give us more topics to talk about. And we hope that you are having a lovely afternoon/evening. Because, Earth and globe.
Yes. Oh, and Greg actually did leave a message in your Discord, Sal. But if we
Yes.
were going out for a traditional meal, the boom chaka laka laka boom chaka laka laka. Sorry, you'll have to pronounce the rest of it. What would you expect? Now, as what basically the host will offer you a choice of cutlery. What would you think would be the most correct answer as to what cutlery we would use? I assume that was the question. I'm going to say chopsticks.
You probably won't eat it because generally the chakalaka comes spicy. So sorry to
Okay,
burst
there
that
you go.
bubble.
I wouldn't eat it at all.
Yes, but Astrolux asks, what was Bev's reply to your reaction to his nonsense?
Oh, I literally, sort of let me not leave the server. He just booted me from the server for 24 hours, and I just didn't bother going back. I'm still actually in his server. I can go back when I want, but I just hop past and just see who's there occasionally, and there's nothing really of interest there. I'm just nosy. I just go in and have a look and just go, same old boring shit, and just pass by. Yeah. But if you haven't been up to Gem Panda's server, his servers can get quite animated, and there's a few people up there that are really good. If you're in a really pissed off mood, I go up to Gem Pandas just to yell at people because there's so many people worth yelling at up there. So, and I say up there because I'm in the Southern Hemisphere and that's Northern Hemisphere, so that's why I say up.
I so hardly ever get upset these days. It's just very nice.
Oh, yeah, me either. It's a lot of
I
it's
live
just
my
not
life.
worth it.
I just stay out of people's way. I think that's a good motto to have. And on the internet, it's basically flat earthers and flat earthers who want to tell me I'm going to go to hell because I don't believe in a flat earth because it's written in the Bible. Like I care for a dusty old tome. I want God, not the Bible.
Oh, yes.
Pap and steak with cutlery.
One does not
Yeah.
eat pap and steak with cutlery. The best answer is no thanks. It's been tradition. Well, that would have been my next guess. That would have been my next guess.
Man, I just want to tell you, me mustn't act. I've seen white people eat with a fork and knife, pap and meat. I've seen people eat burgers with a fork and knife.
I've seen people eat chocolate with a knife and fork. Fair enough, it
No
was in a
fucking way.
game.
Take that back.
It
You
was a
take that
game.
back.
It was a game, but they still had to eat it with a knife and fork. But
Oh, okay.
yes, it's crazy ass
Like in
shit.
real life, like real people
No,
doing weird things.
well, you never know because people do weird things in real life.
Okay, Astrolux, that topic is not allowed. That topic is not allowed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just that
We are
Gem
too
Pandas and
respectable for
weirdos, and
that
that's
topic.
all we need to
So,
know. Yeah.
yeah, we don't talk about those things here. We talk about flat earth, religious weirdos, pyramid conspiracies, um, darling.
But cooking's really good to talk about because Sal is into cooking really cool stuff, and I sent her some pretty cool recipes from Australia that she's going to try out. And actually,
Well,
I've got a friend who's been sending me recipes lately, and I've just been handing them back on to Sal. Because some of those recipes, it's like, there's no way that these things go together. And yet, when they're put together, they do. It's very strange. Have you tried any of those? Some of those recipes, Sal? I used to
no,
say
but I
with
made my
mayonnaise.
first Madeira loaf yesterday.
Ooh,
Yes, and I
and
made
how did it?
jelly and I made custard, and that is going to be for today's dessert.
Ooh.
So, ooh,
Well,
and a
I'm not
pink.
a custard person. I did another
Oh,
naughty again last night. I got into my chocolate ice cream and chocolate fudge sauce and chocolate ice magic and chocolate whipped cream. Jesus Christ. I might weigh myself tonight. I've got to have put on weight by now, shouldn't I? I should have, shouldn't I? With all the crap that I've been eating lately.
oh, I'm very glad that you are able to eat and are enjoying your food and everything.
Well, I did have
So,
a really
coming back to
nice
the
salad for
cooking,
dinner. Sorry, yes.
yeah, no, my whole business is about cooking. So
Yes.
I know there are only 5 people in the chat, but if anybody wants to help me, um, advance my stockpile so I can start, I would really appreciate that. Sorry. But my South African viewers will know the cost of living now. It's not nice. So any help will be appreciated. And obviously, give this video a thumbs up also. That helps. And when the video goes live after this, please leave a comment. That also helps the channel.
Yeah, even if it's just to say how bloody fantastic I am. No, it's.
Snippet, you're so fantastic. You can't even get away from your fantasticness.
Comment that I'm fantastic. That's all you need to do. You can say that Sal's pretty fantastic too, because she is. But
I'm just
just
low level, low tier fantastic.
just remember, don't piss off the dragon.
Yes, yes.
Oh, and I've got some more Shills limericks coming out very soon.
Oh,
So,
that's very nice.
right. Oh, and I've got to tell you that Commander 401, who's one of the Shills, as you know, has been taking some of my Penguin News clips and taking some of Operator Starsky's voiceovers and, well, some of his voice recordings and putting them together with 3D modeling and has made some bloody awesome Penguin News. You can only call them that, Penguin News items. They are freaking awesome. So I'm actually going to grab his link and drop it in the chat if that's okay, Sal.
Oh, no, go ahead, darling. And did you see your newest subscriber yesterday?
I didn't. Who was that?
Yes, remember? I told some people to subscribe to you. So I
Oh,
think that you should check the subscription. And I think however many videos you got on your channel, all of them got like a view and a thumbs up.
nice. That would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, to be fair, I've been so rushed around today. I haven't had a chance to look at anything on my channel today. Just been one of
And
those
I would
like.
like to say thank you so much for you to give up your time to be on my channel also. I know you've been
Oh,
very
I
busy.
love it. Well, very busy. I talk to you every day. Just
That we
out
do.
in public. But yeah, it's been one of those weekends this weekend where I just haven't stopped. It just seems to be going. Yeah, because my darling daughter and son-in-law went out last night for dinner and cocktails, and they got home. It was around midnight before they got home. So by the time I got home to my place and got organised and got to bed, it was 2 o'clock or something ridiculous, and I was up for the shills this morning, my time, and I got on her Facebook page this morning was had great night, but cocktails burn when they come out your nose. So she'd obviously thrown up and the cocktails come out of her nose.
Oh, that's what you call not knowing your limits.
Well, that's how long it's been since she's been out for a drink.
Oh, shame.
Oh, I think it's hilarious. That'll teach her.
Oh, shall we come back to the title of this live stream?
Oh,
It is a cloud-spiracy. A cloud-spiracy. I'm making up new words as I go along.
yes.
Cloud-spiracy. But the sun is peeking there. It's peeking.
Oh, is it trying to peek out? I haven't got my window things open.
My doll, you are echoing back at me.
Talk. Please talk.
Well, it's very, very cloudy, but at least the sun is trying to peek through.
Is that better?
What I'm going to say, yes.
All right.
What
it's
I'm going to
my
say
bloody
is that
thing.
it's the day. It's the day who doesn't want me to see the lunar eclipse. It's the day. I changed my mind.
But it could be the them as well.
The they, them, the there, all of them.
It's the ones with the THE in it. Anything that has THE, not THC, but THE, they're all bastards. What is MG Lungu?
Antagonizing me. Bobby is antagonizing me.
Why?
He's got his weather app out, and
God.
to his phone, it's sunny apparently, and it's going to get cloudy later on, and then later on it's going to start raining, and he's laughing.
I've apparently got clouds. I don't know because it's dark outside, so my computer could be lying to me. I don't know.
But it's not supposed to be dark. Are you sure it's dark? Because remember, the sun doesn't set.
Well, I look up in my skylight and it's black, so I assume that there is no light outside.
Are you sure your skylight is not black? It's the day. They turn your skylight black to make you think it's nighttime.
Oh, shit. It might be that the sun's turned around and it's on its black side at the moment, because I do know that the sun has its sunny side and a dark side.
No, I thought the back side was the moon side.
Well, no, because you don't always have. No, the moon's got a dark side as well. Oh, I get so
Oh God.
confused. I get so
And which is
confused
the
with all that
portal
shit.
to the fourth dimension?
Oh, that's the sunny side of the sun.
The sunny side of the sun.
Oh, hey,
Well,
Purple.
hey, you want to join us? I can send you a link right now. And 9 o'clock hero.
Hi, 9 o'clock.
Uh,
Recovery zone. Safe recovery zones for flirts who have been panned in the Gem Pandas Discord. Yes, we were discussing Ross's complete disaster this morning.
oh, that was
So that was just
bad.
hideous. Well, it was Ross. I mean, that's all you need to say.
No, the way he doubled and tripled down though. He didn't let go at all. At all. Like the more Craig was showing him that thing, the more
Well, yeah, I only caught the very end of it. I'm kind of glad that I missed the main bit. The more you
actually
talk about it,
the
the more I
Q&A was
miss.
terrible. I gave up on the Q&A after a while because it was so many. Sorry, Bobby's still distracting me with the fucking clouds. Him and his clouds.
No, well,
As I'm trying to
I was going to say,
explain to you, he's got the phone waving in my face.
fuck off, Bobby.
Ah.
No, well, I only caught right at the end where they're doing the super chats, and it was really weird because 90%, well, no, 70% of them were for Ross, saying, "Stop lying. Why haven't you shown evidence for this? Why haven't you shown evidence for that?" And what gets me is, there's papers that come out of NASA that say this, this, and this, but it doesn't say it's flat. It's just so.
Yes.
NASA only they cite NASA when it's convenient, but all the other times it's bullshit. And it never actually says what they say it says anyway. They just pick out a couple of words that they think say it's flat when it isn't.
Well, with the NASA ones, or should I say with those ones where they made all the documents public of how they do the simulation and how they build the airplanes and how they, try to combat many of the things that they are faced with. Like they say, the airplane is it's rigid. But in real life, the airplane isn't rigid, right? The airplane's wings, they can lift it
Flex.
and drop it, and
they
make
flex
it go faster.
They're flexible.
Yeah, right. So the body of the airplane is not rigid, and they assume a flat, non-rotating Earth because the airplane's altitude is relative to the Earth. So once they get it to that speeding altitude, whatever they call it, cruising altitude, then that airplane is going to stay unless something, bad happens. So even if they're going to come up to a mountain, the mountain's elevation is more than what's on the ground, then that airplane is going to, force the pilots to make adjustments to take it to a higher altitude or whatever they have to do. So them saying, "Oh, look, this paper says that they assume a flattened, like a motionless plane." Yes, they do that just to simplify the calculations for the simulation. In a real airplane, they've got all the fucking gadgets that assist in,
the navigation
driving an airplane. I don't know what you call it. Flying an airplane.
piloting.
You know, yeah, they've got the gadgets. Today, you can't make that. Maybe 100 years ago, they could have made that argument. Where people were cranking the thing around and around and running with it and pushing it into flight and all of that. We don't do that these days.
Sorry, my mum bakes cakes just told me to sing something, but I just want to tell you, I used to sing that in the voice, that particular voice that the little girl sang it in, and it used to drive my brother fucking mental. I used to love it. There's a jelly over here and it's made by a company called Aeroplane, and it's the salt, like the little jingle that was with it was, I like aeroplane jelly. Yeah, I'm not going to sing it for you because, yeah, I'm just not. But it's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, my mum bakes cakes. Yes, I know it well, and I'm not going to sing it because if I sing it, I'll lapse into the voice, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to embarrass myself on stream. Matthew, stop
My son's going to the shop. Because we all know how much I love going to the shop.
Well, in the middle of a stream, I'd hope you're not going anywhere.
Oh, no. I'm having a lot of fun. This is fun. Aeroplanes. No, but come on. Every aeroplane has 3 gyroscopes. Apparently, that thing, no matter where you are, no matter what time of day or night or whatever it is, you put the thing wherever, on whatever, and you switch it on, and immediately, literally instantaneously, it starts recording the motion of the earth.
Yep.
And one aeroplane has 3 of them.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, I don't know why. I mean,
it's
fucking preaching to the converted here.
It's one's for pitch, one's for yaw, and one's for
roll.
Something else. Roll. That's it.
Yeah, roll. Roll. And the fact that Bob can still be around in the community, actually still doing whatever he's doing is wrong. He should have manned up and said, listen, guys, I said we're going to do this. Now we've done it. And this thing shows exactly what they tell us it shows. So whatever they are saying, it's, that's what happened. And, we say 15 degrees, thanks, Bob. But it's actually 15.04 degrees. Hi, Purple. Welcome to my channel, darling.
Hello.
Hi, Purple.
Appreciate the invite. I actually was supposed to be in bed like 5 hours ago.
Oh, so you like the rest of us.
I understand, but I really appreciate you popping in.
Yeah, well, I would appreciate if everybody could just be incredibly boring and put me to sleep.
You ain't never gonna get that here, sorry.
I've just put that aeroplane jelly ad in our chat, Sal, in our Discord chat, so you can have a look at it. Yeah. But it's from the, I don't know, 1930s or something. It's, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my mum bakes cakes has said we can't sleep because we were forced to listen to Ross today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go listen to all of that again. I have this amazing screen recording app, which I have, Ross actually gave us quite a couple of true
stupid moments.
Yes, sound bites, sound bites where he just let loose. He gave up all his secrets. He left no stone unturned. no holds barred. He just went full fluff retard this morning.
I'm a
Oh
bit
my.
out of touch here. Who do you mean by Ross?
Flat Earth Aussie Jesus.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, his name's Ross,
Yeah,
but he
sorry,
goes
I
by
like to
Iron
do
Horse as
people.
well.
Yes, Iron Horse got pummel loss actually.
Pummel horse, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's me pet. That was very funny. No, literally he got pummeled. I mean, after that, he should retire. Just comb his hair, drink his beer, park off in his outback landscape and just enjoy his little flat earth.
Holy shit! Sorry,
What?
I've just got a bleep from the Shills chat, and today, according to some news fucking thing, a black Florida woman, Elise Beecham, is planning to sue Duval County Public Schools after her son, enrolled at Mandarin Middle School, was called a racial slur by his teacher and
Oh,
told
God.
that black people are beneath white people.
In 2022,
In
as people still
2022.
talking about this shit. I mean, people, learn some fucking evolution. Okay? We are all the same species. Every fucking human being on this planet, we are all the same species. Stop fucking
Sorry,
around with
that
this
just-
shit, people.
Oh man, sorry, that just caught me. I'll
Sorry,
come
that's
back
why
to
I
you.
just reacted. Damn it,
Yeah.
can people start behaving now?
Well, and the fact
gotta
that
get out.
somebody thinks they could say that these days and not be challenged for it.
I don't
My
get people.
favorite one is, oh, you believe you come from monkeys? Or how dare you believe that you come from an ape? Dude, you got both of those things wrong. Like, come on. I'm sorry,
I evolved.
people.
I'm
once
evolved.
once I learned like this stuff, like no one anyway is going to be able to convince me otherwise. The evidence that we are what we are and we come from where we come from is, dare I say it, rock solid.
Yeah, well, when they're taught such a distorted version of it, I can kind of understand why it doesn't make sense to them.
No,
So that's the
Purple.
fault of the education system.
Yeah, but I mean, it's America.
Yeah.
It's America. We expect the best from you guys. Unfortunately, you guys give us the impression that yous are the best, right? So when stuff like this comes out, you wound, not you obviously, but these people, they wound, I'm talking for myself personally, they wound my faith in America.
Yeah.
They
Well-
really do. With all the antics that have gone on in the last 20, 30 years, with Americans being so placid about it, I'm sorry, when you come out and you say something like this, and to a child, children are so spongy,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing is that America, United States is not an appropriate title. We are not any kind of united. Everything varies so much from state to state and even from county to county within a lot of states.
Yeah.
And it's so
And
sad.
And
Yeah.
what I find really depressing is I grew up in the Chicago suburbs in the early 70s. And I realized that the education I got in the public schools then was better than a lot of kids are getting now in a lot of states. And there's no excuse for that we went backwards 50 years.
And I was talking
Yeah.
to Mipet about this yesterday. I said, uh, from when we were in primary school learning whatever we were learning to what the kids have to catch up with now, like, 30, 40 years later. The knowledge is, and the fields of study have expanded. Even there's just too much to know, and for you to just have this narrow view, oh, I'm better than you, or you are, not the same as me, or whatever it is, that all of that should be put aside from all the knowledge that we've gained so far. And still these people are so juvenile. We need adults, not adults, or should I say adults masquerading as children.
Yeah, I just
I'm
find it very
sorry.
sad. But like you said, America, or yeah, I'm not even going to say the United States, because as you said, Purple, there's nothing united about any of those states. Literally, get all the good people out, Purple, Amy, and yeah, put a wall around the rest of them and just fucking leave them alone to fucking kill themselves, because they are just so backward. A lot of them are so backward that
Yeah, and I
I
always
don't know.
say, and
Yeah,
I always say, yeah, you can believe in God if you want. Nobody is telling you that you can't believe in God, which, doesn't make sense, but okay. But don't take that thing and then try to permeate every aspect of life. You know, I don't need to surround myself with books and whatever telling me how to live, when the Bible or whatever is supposed to be the inerrant word of God. But then you've got these millions upon millions of books explaining the Bible, and some of them contradict each other. How am I supposed to take all of this seriously together with your bad behavior in the public?
and which Bible would we be talking about?
Ooh,
Yeah,
Because
you
there's
know I
something
love
Pharami.
this
like,
topic.
there's like 500 different versions of the King, like the English Bible, for instance. They're
Yeah.
not all the same. Like they've been translated differently throughout the ages. So they're all fucking different,
Now,
For an
and
omnipotent being,
apparently,
Yahweh sucks at communicating.
yeah, you've got it.
yes,
Exactly,
yes.
Purple, exactly.
It's so contradictory because they will tell you in one breath, oh, um, go, no, what? The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Everybody knows that there's a God. And then you go a couple of pages in and it says, go out and spread the gospel, the good news to the world.
Yeah.
If everybody knows the good news, why do you need missionaries? Why would Christianity only come to that place if the missionaries went there? Otherwise, they wouldn't have known Christianity.
Yeah, what would have really been proof of God is if the missionaries started going around the world and finding that people on other continents already had the same Bible.
Yes, that would have been a miracle. I do have a very
Oh,
awesome Bible. It's the comparative study Bible. It's 4 Bibles in one, and I do like it a lot. And it amazes me actually that people arguing for things like flat Earth and the dome
Yeah.
will say, "Oh, it's because it's in the Bible."
Yeah.
But when we look out in reality, there's no evidence of those things there.
Well, and just so much of our technology simply would not function if they were wrong about the shape of the Earth. And even, knowing the mass of the Earth to know how far out the satellites have to orbit to stay in place.
yeah. And Gregory's made a good point. If God was a God, would he need a book? Could he not just make everything plain and clear to us all?
Well, it should be a book that, when you open it, automatically translates into the native language of whoever's holding it.
That'd
But
be
then
a
all of
freaking
that,
awesome.
yeah, would contradict the Romans 120, right? Because if knowledge and everything comes from God, then it should be already inherently in us. The moment we are born and we are become aware of things, we should have that knowledge already. Instead, we got to go through the very hard labor of fucking learning everything from scratch. Like literally every person who wants to know something has to go and learn it from scratch. No knowledge is woven into the fabric of the universe or written on our hearts, you know. I find that one quite angry making because there's so much to know and I fucking don't know it all.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't it amazing that we have developed writing so that we can access the wisdom of people who have been dead for, hundreds of years before we were born?
That's just a conspiracy to hide the truth. I mean,
Yeah, and
the
but
shape
the
of the earth was being discussed by people like Pythagoras and fucking Plato and all of those people like 2,500 years ago. Those people were, you know, they knew. Not even they were still
Yeah.
guessing and doing experiments. They knew. They just didn't know, how to demonstrate it the way, we've refined the scientific method today. They just didn't have those. And people were so primitive still back then that you couldn't just take the message from town to town and tell people, listen, people, uh, what is there, at the end of your village is not the end of the world. There's a lot more past that you can't see.
yeah, and it took people like the voyages to the West Indies and things like that. Oh, you don't fall off the edge. There is actually more land if you keep sailing that direction. Or
And that's how they ended up in South Africa and colonized a lot of
yeah,
the islands and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. No, the earth is fucking massive. I've traveled from Cape Town to the border of Zimbabwe, and it's quite a hectic. It takes about 21 hours if you drive straight through at the road speed of 120 k's an hour. And that is a hell of a distance. That is, it's a lot. It's
Yeah,
actually a lot.
I've driven between Minnesota and New York a half dozen times, and that's it's just about 1,000 miles. So if you drive straight through without resting at all, it's like 19 and a half hours.
How can you drive that distance, right? People get on aeroplanes and the aeroplane is traveling at like 500 k's an hour, whatever it is, right? Then you take that and you times it by the hours you were on in the air, and you can see how far you've traveled. And then you take that and you extrapolate it to the rest of the earth, and you can get the circumference or whatever parallel you want to work out. You can actually do it.
Yeah, I forget who the guy was, but there was some guy who was making videos that they're exaggerating the size of the United States. And he was claiming it was only 1,000 miles across, and it's like, no, I've driven halfway across it, and that was 1,000 miles.
And
And
you
just
and probably a million other people, probably on a daily basis, drive across the country, up and down, north and south.
yeah.
And never mind just us laymen, traveling across our countries. Um, they
Well, and
actually
how many truck
measured.
drivers are, just driving cargo from state to state every day?
And Australia is the best. I mean, with the whole flat earth madness, Australia is the best when it comes to that because it's extra elongated. Um, in reality, Australia is almost like a square. It's like 4,000 kilometers across the one way, and there's give or take um, on either, in either direction, on either side. But they make it so long that I think Australia ends up being like 6,000 kilometers long, something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it gets distorted on the maps.
Way distorted.
And also, South America ends up opposite to Australia, when in reality we sort of like in alignment with each other. You can travel in a straight line from like halfway down the tip of South America, past the tip of South Africa, and end up on the northern coast of Australia. You can do that, if those things were possible.
Well, as long as you stay out of range of the penguins.
The fairy ones, anyway, and the drop bears.
And that's why Ross makes it so hard to believe that he's actually a flat earther. I understand all the, the conspiracies and the fairy tales and the nonsense that he tries to explain everything. But he lives in Australia, literally at the bottom of the world. No, not technically bottom, but bottom. What Mipet sees is even different to what I see.
Okay.
The other night I was on the phone with her, and it was like 10 o'clock in the night for her. And I said, go out and look. Well, I didn't tell her to go, but I told her where the moon is going to be. And she went out to look, and she found the moon. And for me, it was still 4 or 5 degrees below the horizon, before rising.
Oh, that's the one that I took a photo, didn't I? I ran across the road because I got trees in the way, so I ran across the road and went click and ran back inside.
Yeah,
if he
because
lives down
how is
there,
that possible?
Well, if he lives down there, then just ask him why can't he see Polaris at night?
We've asked.
Yeah, well, he was going on about that today.
I need to go
There
and
was
find
something that
clip.
came up.
I wasn't really paying attention. I heard him. He said that
There was
everything
something that-
rotates around Polaris.
Polaris. Yep, I heard him say that
Why
too.
can't-
And it's like, how the fuck could you say that when you can't see it from where we are?
Yeah,
'Cause you
if you're that
can't.
far below the equator, you're not going to see it at all.
No, we don't see it ever.
Okay, guys.
We
so I
see
just
a
wanna-
bit of the Big Dipper here and there, depending on the type of, like if you're up in northern Queensland, because that's up close to the tropics, and you'll see at a particular time of year, you can see a partial, like Orion's belt or whatever the hell you call it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see
Mhm.
partial of that, but you cannot see the. No, you just can't see Polaris. No.
we cannot see Polaris. I can't see Polaris. In
No.
fact, as soon as you get to the equator, maybe depending on your elevation, maybe your elevation at the equator, maybe I don't know, whatever mountain is on the equator, maybe you're on the top of that mountain, you will see Polaris like just like halfway on the horizon and below the horizon. That's how bad that viewing opportunity is. And probably you'll need, a nice, crisp, clear night. But otherwise, you're on the equator, you're not going to see Polaris. Mm-hmm. Instead, what you have to do is turn and face the opposite direction, and then you will start seeing the southern stars.
Yes, my mum bakes cakes was just making a good observation. According to Lindsay, who is a Kiwi, not an Australian, it's a mirror vortex image of Polaris down here.
Oh, I thought it was the southern sky dome.
Except it also rotates in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's why it's a mirror vortex image of Polaris. So it's a mirror image. That's why it goes in the opposite direction, because it's a mirror vortex image. And if you understood that, you're better than I am, because I have no fucking idea what that means.
Okay,
well,
so then
I'm just taking a drink. Cheers.
Oh, yeah, bitch.
So then down where you are, if you've got a magnetic compass, does it point to the South Pole then?
Yes, we actually have our own compasses that points to the South Pole. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't
Yes,
use
but
a compass from the Northern Hemisphere. Well, you can, but it doesn't work as well.
it doesn't orient so well. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know that back in the days of sailing ships, like the 1400s, that was one of the things that was panicking the mariners. Was that once they got too far below the equator, they couldn't see the North Star and the compasses weren't behaving properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it's like they didn't have anything to find their way home.
No, because it
And
starts
then they
pointing
discovered
towards
the
the
other
south.
stars.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the southern rotational point, there is no star in that exact point. And luckily for us, also Polaris is not completely in the center. It's slightly off center. So if you track it, night to night
Yeah,
throughout the year, you
it's
are
like
going to
5 to
actually
10
see
degrees
that
off.
circle procession.
Yeah, the closest star to our pole star is Sigma Octantis, but it's still
Yeah,
quite a large little circle, if you know what I mean.
it's actually
It's not.
so horribly out of view, and every time it's it's in the sky where I can maybe try and take a photo of it, the moon will be out, and the moon just the
Oh yeah,
reflection of the
overshadow. Yeah.
moonlight just blocks all the dimmest stars. But I'm always looking at Alpha Centauri and the Southern Cross, um, which I really want to talk about because Hugh
Oh,
Jaws does have the we want to do a simultaneous observation, and we have a very narrow window. Um, we really need somebody from South America. So if anybody knows anybody in like Rio de Janeiro, it can't be more west than Rio de Janeiro, unfortunately, because
Yeah, they
that will
need the
for
east
yeah,
coast.
yeah, and those people will be able to see it like very low on the horizon, so they won't look up. I will probably be the only one who has to like point my camera like straight up,
Yeah,
into the sky to get that
and
view.
they need West Australians because the rest of Australia will be too light. So they need Western Australians
Yes,
from
Western
here.
Australia. Yeah, and
Yeah,
and the more people, the better. If scattered across Australia, maybe South Africa. All we for South Africa, it's going to be in the middle of the night, sort of like midnight, between midnight and 2 a.m., something like that. Um, if you are willing to go outside and you have the ability to live stream what you are filming, you are able to stabilize your camera to look at these stars for like a few minutes, because the window is actually very small. The window is going to probably be like less than an hour, for the people on either side of the people in South Africa. Now we want to look at the Southern Cross simultaneously. And if you are as far north as 40 degrees north, maybe not 40, I'm not sure it's exactly 40 degrees. No, 25 degrees, um, minus 25 degrees west. If you are there in Miami, Florida, somebody that's willing to go out and look at the stars on the horizon, you are able to see like the top tip of the Southern Cross, like maybe the top two stars or something like that. If you want to, also live stream it with us, that also is a very small window. And the more people we get, the better. We already have people, well, a person in Australia and a person in South Africa, and we do need that person in Australia to make the observation official. So I don't know. I think that's the word.
Leave a note for Jen, Polymathic, because she's like somewhere just outside of Perth, I think.
Okay. What I will be doing is I will be putting all this information in a video together with Hugh Jars's video, because this is actually his baby. So I am just bringing,
Polymathic.
trying to, yeah,
I'll hand that
trying to
name on
spread the
too.
word.
Yeah.
So if anybody can help us out, spread the word to their friends. Obviously, we don't move in the same circles. If you can pass, if anybody is willing to do the observation, even somebody in South Africa, like Cape Town, in South Africa, we don't have to worry about like the nighttime or daytime or whatever. It's just going to be dark for us, just in the middle of the night. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, Purple
The
Dan
flat
has
earthers
recently
want
showed up
proof.
again.
I mean, has anybody looked at a flat earth map lately? It's not even a flat earth map, but have you looked at it?
Oh, what were you saying, Purple?
Purple Dan showed up again recently. He's in South Africa. I don't know if he pays much attention to the stars.
Yeah, he's studying geology at the University of Pretoria. I know Purple Dan.
Yeah, he switched his major. He's not in geology anymore. I forget what he's...
Oh. So what is he studying? I love geology. As I said, I like rocks.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Like I said, I'm overtired.
It's fine.
I should have
No
been
worries.
asleep a long time ago. But yeah, he's put out a couple of videos in the last couple of months again.
Yeah. If you listen to him and you listen to me, he's got a very, very, very South African accent, more than me. Gregory says, and I don't know how far it's true, but he says, here in South Africa, we have a big magnetic declination. The compass, I'm sure there was supposed to be compasses.
Compasses, yeah.
We use here have different. I have a
Australian compass.
Oh, works well, but not perfect.
And before that, my mum bakes cakes, said we have compasses made in China, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, how do you configure something made in China for Australia? You wait for it to get to Australia.
I don't know. Everything that comes out of China is pretty crappy anyway, isn't it?
I remember as a kid finding compasses in the Cracker Jack box.
Where did they come from? Purple? Were they actually made in the Northern Hemisphere? Or
they were probably made in China, made in Taiwan, something like that.
Did you see it with your own two eyes? Were you there?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I learned that stuff when I was in Boy Scouts. Yeah, they'd drive us out to the middle of the woods and drop us off, and we had to find our way back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Bobby told me they did that to him also.
I did that when I was in high school, like the lower grades of high school. We'd had this like camp out thing that we had to go on. It was like just over a week or 10-day camp or some shit. And that was like a 3-day thing that they did, dumped you out in the middle of freaking nowhere with your tents, and if you left your food behind, you starved and all that sort of shit. But yeah, they gave us compasses and a map. I mean, I got lost with using a fucking road map. You can imagine what I was like with a fucking compass, couldn't you? Jesus Christ! Thank God I was in a group.
I have no sense of direction at all.
Sorry, Purple, what was that?
I have no sense of direction at all. Even a place that I've been to a dozen times, I can't be sure I'd find my way back to it again.
I'm a little bit like that. I really like the. Oh, except I argue with Google Maps. You know, like you do the Google Maps, you tell it where you want to go, and it gives you the directions.
Mhm.
I swear at it because, like, it tells you at the last minute, be in the left lane and you're in the fucking far right lane. Well, fucking hell, how the fuck am I meant to get over there, you stupid fucking thing?
Yep.
You know?
Oh,
And it's
God.
like, oh, and so then you're bloody in the wrong lane and you go in the wrong way and it's like, oh, do a U-turn. Well, how the fuck am I meant to do a U-turn when there's no fucking where to do a U-turn because it's got fucking big concrete things in the middle of the road?
Oh my God, breathe.
I know, it's
Well,
terrible.
when I drove back from New York to for my fiance to meet my family in Illinois, and I hate to drive. You know, I'm fine with just letting someone else drive. Just let me sit back. And when we got to Gary, Indiana, I told her that I was going to drive it from there, and she couldn't understand why I would, but that was one thing I remembered because I learned my city driving on the Chicago expressways.
Oh,
So
God.
if you're not in the lane you need to be 2 miles before you see the sign, you're not going to have any chance of getting that exit.
Oh, we know all about that here in South Africa. Sorry, excuse me, too. There are certain cities here, if you're not in that off-ramp lane, you are screwed. I don't drive,
Yeah.
so I don't care.
Here in Adelaide, we're like a big country town compared to every other city in Australia. Like literally, everyone just like this is the slowest moving big country town that you can ever come across, and I still hate the fucking traffic. You know, this is why I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm so glad that my daughter moved over here from Melbourne because I used to go to Melbourne and I used to get lost there so freaking often. I did work out a way to avoid all the traffic and bullshit, and I just skirted the edge of the city. But if I took a wrong turn and I ended up in the city, I was fucked. I was like, holy shit. And no bastard, you pull over to go, excuse me, could you just tell me how to get to, and they just look at you like you were fucking the weirdest person on earth. And it was like,
What do you
well,
mean you don't
gee,
know the way?
thanks. Yeah, it's like, sorry, I'm from a different fucking state. Excuse me for breathing. Fuck. They were horrible
Excuse me
people.
for breathing.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, just
No,
go and get
Greg.
more lost. So
No, Greg, you got to drive in Joburg. If you can drive in Joburg, you can drive in anywhere. If you can get through Joburg's traffic, like nobody gives a fuck about anybody. If you're not in your lane, sorry for you. Nobody's going to let you in. And God help you at rush hour. Oh my God. Not Joburg. Especially
where I am
around
now-
Bree Street, Joubert Street. No. I'm so glad I'm away from Joburg. And I live in the middle of nowhere, yet I live on a main artery. So this road runs parallel to the national highway, and the traffic is quite heavy. But I'm so far away from the road.
Well, that's I knew I needed to get back to Minnesota. Yeah, but I expected that we were going to wind up in Minneapolis, and we wound up in a much smaller city here. Just really by rather random chance, but I love it here because I can get to everything I need to go to without getting on a highway. I can do
That's
it with
wonderful.
Just the
I
city
don't even have to
streets.
get outside the fucking gate. I literally have to walk downstairs, hit a left turn, and walk straight down into the shop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
and it really is so convenient here because it's like everything I need is within 5 miles of the apartment.
5 miles.
5 miles.
That's a fuck lot.
I was going to say, how much is that in real kilometers?
Like 7, 8 kilometers, something like that.
Yeah, like 8
It's
kilometers,
1.6.
something like that.
It's 5 times 1.6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. Yeah, sorry,
Wow.
like 8 kilometers.
Oh, I'm
I mean,
lucky
it
to
would be a
go.
bit if you had to walk it, but actually, I'd have a bicycle here if I had a place to keep it at night without worrying about somebody screwing with it.
Yeah, my
Wow.
main
Okay.
worry is people throwing Molotov cocktails through the window. But other than that, um, yeah, my cars haven't been touched, which has been pretty good over the years. But I, if I didn't have to go to the hospital every now and again for various appointments, the furthest I go would be maybe 2 k's away from my house.
Sorry, I have to ask Gregory, how much is Uber for us in our country? I've never
I,
taken an Uber. Oh,
I caught an Uber tonight from my sons to here because I was being a good girl and not driving, just in
yeah.
case.
How much is an Uber for you, my doll?
Today that was from my sons to my place. That was, I don't know, a couple of, say, 3 k's maybe, and it was, I don't know, 15, $14.17 or some shit like that. So about, say,
17
15.
cents.
Yeah, I know, it's stupid ass. Yeah, don't ask why, but yeah, about say $15.
That's not too bad. That's fucking
So
terrible. Fuck's sakes. That is fucking terrible. Sorry. I'm
that's
not
all right.
gonna
I got.
pay $150 to, yeah, I know you, but just to go
Yeah,
two
well,
kilometers. 2 kilometers is walking distance for me.
yeah, I know, but I barely, I walk across the road and I'm fucked. So.
Yeah, I know. But Gregory has answered my question, and he says it's about $30 for a ride, but with Uber Eats or delivery, it works out cheaper than $30 delivery.
Yeah, but then you've got to pay for your food on top of that, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's without your groceries or whatever. When I go to visit the kids, there is a place that I stop at just to have a quick smoke before I start walking again. And the amount of people who are so lazy, like me pet, when I'm talking about these people, I'm not including you and those like you. But normal people living in a normal house, having a normal family, living normal lives, cannot quickly pop down to the shop to get their own personal goodies like toilet paper and stuff. That is a little bit ridiculous. Like, what is the height of laziness? Sorry.
It's okay.
Like,
There
you
you
can't
go.
even go and buy your own toilet paper. Come on.
Well, especially nowadays, it's just you dial it up on the internet and you get everything bloody delivered. It's just a
I
thing
don't.
now.
I
No, well, I
don't.
know, but you live
You
in the
want
middle
me
of
to have
fucking
that fight
nowhere.
right here, right now?
No,
I
you
don't.
live in the middle of nowhere and you live over a fucking shop, so shut your face.
No, I don't get KFC. I don't get Nando's. I can't order, takeouts. There's no Uber Eats here. No delivery, nothing like I can't order pizza or anything. These things, if I want them, I must make them myself or wait till I go to town.
Uh,
Well, yeah,
sorry, I had takeout again tonight, so sorry I had to cough.
and with the Amazon Prime, and that you can get free delivery on almost everything.
Wow. Do we have Amazon Prime, Gregory Nitsky? I don't know. I've never shopped online. I'm doing this survey thing where I earn points, and I've earned enough points now to exchange it for a take a lot voucher. And it's okay, it's only $100, but I'm sure I can buy something nice for $100. But I do live in the middle of nowhere. Maybe they'll charge me delivery, and that'll be more than $100. So I'm not even going to bother to use it yet. I'm just going to wait for more points. But I'm not really a fan of shopping online just yet.
I'm not big on shopping online either. I'm always a little suspicious of, anything that I can't pick up the object and turn it around to look at from all
And have a
angles
look.
before I buy it.
Yeah. Although
And I think,
I
sorry,
was just going
that
to say,
is my point.
yeah. I was going to
Oh
say,
God, you see,
my son got
I,
something
I
over.
want to say, I want to say hi to Bobby Dobell in the chat. He says the other day we had someone phone us just to deliver a box of smokes.
We had someone
And that is
phone.
my point to what Purple said. I'm so finicky about spending my money. Like I can walk into a shop, look at everything, and walk out empty-handed. So I'm very stingy, I would say. So not being able to see it or, at
Yeah.
least know what it is actually, yeah. And obviously we've all seen the videos of buying something on Wish or something, and when it gets to you, it's like a miniature version of what you thought or something like that.
Yeah, I'm wary about buying clothes and shit like that. I bought a couple of bits and pieces online, but I've just got, my son just bought me my birthday present, which is an Oodie, which I tried to explain
Oodie.
what it was. It's an Oodie, yeah, Oodie. It's like a big blanket thingy that's all soft and snuggly and goes down to nearly my ankles because I'm just such a short ass. And it's got a big hood thing and it's all fluffy, yummy and warm, and it's got big pockets. And yeah, it's a Rick and Morty one. So it's
Mine doesn't have
awesome.
a hood, but
Oh, doesn't it?
one of my supporters bought me one of those, blankets with sleeves.
Yeah.
That was very nice through the winter.
Well, that's why I'm happy with mine, because the winter is really just starting to hit us now, the cold and the yuck. So I'm just wrapped that I've got something.
From us.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
guys, it looks like the clouds are retracting.
Oh, so I was going to be
Let's put it
happy.
in Roscoe's words. They are setting. The clouds.
I love
okay?
it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm looking at the sunshine right now. Very happy. Let's see if it holds up. Gregory, yes, for people like you and even Mipet and all of the people in your situation, even mothers with young babies who, cannot leave the house and, just tug their babies along with them, these services are absolutely wonderful. But it is available to you guys who live in the suburbs. Like an old auntie here deep in the Bundus, she can't call up and get the quick 60-minute delivery from Checkers. And they do say 60 minutes, so obviously only within a certain range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of places only have like a 5 kilometre, like most food outlets. It's like within a 5 or 8 kilometre range of their store. Because after that, it's cold and gone all gross before it gets to you.
I've had to do that. I drove delivery for a restaurant for a while.
And did they have a kilometre range?
Purple? Yeah, they had a radius from the store. I forget how large it was. But basically it was, southern Minneapolis. You wouldn't go anything north of the downtown area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I need to win the lotto. I want this place across the road. I will open that here and fucking coin it. Any multi-billionaire willing to just pop me 1 million rand. That's all I need to get going. Because there's nothing here.
I'm not greedy, pop me a couple of thou and I'll be happy.
Yeah, but your money is worth like 11 times more than mine, you see. So I'm gonna
Yeah, I
ask
know,
for
but
a little bit more.
yeah, but R1,000,000, that's around 100,000 of my dollars, close enough. So,
Yeah,
and I'm only asking for a couple of grand. I'm not greedy, so.
Yep.
yeah. If I
Well,
consider inflation, I'm also
I've been
not
wanting
greedy.
I've been wanting to get a bunch of people up here to just, pool our resources together, and we can buy an abandoned mining town in Minnesota and set up our own, set up to be our own city. And then all the people in the southern states who need to escape can move up here.
That would be awesome.
I've
Have your
also
own
had that
town.
idea in my
Yeah.
head to buy
Yep.
myself, one of these little bankrupt towns. In South Africa, a lot of the towns are bankrupt.
Yeah.
I would love to buy myself a little town and, yeah, set it up the way I know how I should run the things. It would
Yeah,
be
there's
fucking awesome.
dozens of
Purple, you and
towns.
I should get together and win the fucking lotto.
There's dozens of towns up on the Iron Range that, after the mines closed down, there was nothing there anymore.
Wow. So, that's a really well. So if we win the lotto, you and I, we're already going to buy an airplane and fucking travel around the world. Don't worry, Purple, you'll be on the
Oh
stopping
God,
list.
Lipet, let me make it
And
even wider. Let me widen your scope. Just
yes,
off the coast of America, somewhere.
yes,
I'm not sure
yeah.
exactly the GPS right now, but is an island for sale. It's
Oh,
a
okay, yeah.
fully
Is it Johnny Depp's island?
self-serviced island, and if you convert that thing for sale to my money, it's only 30 million.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Complete with jetty and all of that.
There's a
Oh, there
handful
we
of
go.
islands off the California coast that you could buy if you had enough money.
Oh, there you go,
I
Purple.
don't want to be off the California coast. That whole fucking place is sinking into the ocean again.
Sal can win the South African lotto. You can win the American lotto. I'll win the Australian lotto, and we'll all just pool our money and just buy a big, massive island. I mean, shit, I'll sell you Australia, and we can all come here, piss all the idiots off, and just stick them. Well, they can all piss off to America because America's shitty anyway. All the good people can come over here, and hey, presto, we'll have our own awesome place. Although,
Yeah.
actually, no, we won't because you guys will all be scared of the drop bears and the fucking snakes and shit.
Sorry,
We'll work on
9
the
o'clock.
idea.
9 o'clock
Well-
hero has gone. He said, "Gotta go later." Thank you for
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, 9 o'clock.
joining us. I need to stop saying "coming," guys. It's always Jesus is coming and God is coming and Jesus is coming anytime, and I need to let go of the word "coming." Please. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours. My goodness, doesn't the time
Oh,
just
we are
fly
coming
past?
also. Fuck's
That's-
sakes.
Oh,
That's one of
God,
my
yes,
issues with
sorry.
the Bible. Jesus told his disciples he'd be coming back in their lifetime. So every generation for the last 2,000 years has been told that he's going to return in their lifetime. After
do
100
love the
generations
Jehovah's
of this, don't
Witnesses.
people get the idea that this isn't happening?
Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe in. Yeah, it's a storybook. That's all it is. Some dude sat down and went, "Oh, there's some pieces of a scroll, and there's a piece of another scroll that someone wrote a story on. Oh, let's just write them together and make them into a bigger storybook. Oh, and look, someone else has written a storybook. Well, we'll just throw that in as well, but we'll just make it into something else. Hey,
And we'll
let's
change a
call
little
it
bit
the
here.
Bible. Yeah, let's call it the Bible and pretend that some other dickhead actually wrote it. Or, yeah, it's just fucking mad. It needs pictures, that's what I reckon.
More dragons and explosions. That's what it
Yes!
is. Not one
Yes.
fucking behemoth and one leviathan only. That's the only two. Oh, dinosaurs aren't in the Bible. Well, here's behemoth, here's leviathan. No, dudes, no. More than 700 species of dinosaur has been already been
Yeah.
found.
Well, and
So
just the wide range of dinosaurs that, the species that were so completely different from one another. You'd think that, there would be some mention of that, you know, some of them had horns and some of them had necks as long as several people.
some were big as buildings.
So we're talking about the Loch Ness monster with a long neck.
Oh man, that was just a bloody piece of log bobbing about in in the choppy waters, and somebody caught a hold of it and saw it
No,
and
because no. Water finds its own level. There was no choppy waters.
Well,
then
the
you
most
just don't understand tides, okay? Tides go in, tides go out. You can't explain it.
the most famous picture of the Loch Ness monster, which a lot of people still refer to today, and a lot of books keep reprinting it. One of the guys who did it confessed that it was a hoax.
Yeah.
That after his partner had died, he explained that it was a toy submarine that they had fixed the neck of a dinosaur onto.
Oh,
Yeah.
but why though? I mean,
For shits and
we've got
gigs.
that sweet lady, Kent's ex-wife, who thinks that the Loch Ness is real.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same with the fairies at the bottom of the garden photo.
Yeah.
The
Basically, they
lake.
just did it for a laugh to see how many people would believe it.
Yeah.
But
And
now
the
when he comes out
crop
and he says that
circles,
it's a
same
hoax,
thing.
nobody wants to believe them. Now that they come out and say that it's a hoax. Listen, guys, sorry to tell you, but that thing that you saw there, that was a joke. And no, I don't believe you. You are lying to me. I believe that is what I heard initially.
Yeah, it's the
a Loch
same.
Ness monster.
Yeah.
It's the same with Bigfoot. It's the same with fairies at the bottom of the garden. It's the same with crop circles. The dudes that started some of those big ones,
Yep.
just it's like
Clouds clouds. What would it
oh, you just find dicks in clouds.
Chemtrails.
So yes, they are also
Yeah. Birds are
they are also a
spaceships.
hoax. No. They're just not real. They're drones.
No, they are
Keeping that.
aliens superimposed onto birds.
Oh God, not from that
Got you, silence.
Yeah.
By the way, that comes to us courtesy of Gina Maria Colvin Hill.
That's yeah.
She's the most insane woman on the internet.
Oh, you all, that is just plasma beams on the whatever. You all, isn't that just cool, you all? Fuck off, you fucking adult woman, you.
Sometimes
Adult woman with one brain cell, but you can go on.
No, she's got more than 40,000 subscribers.
Yeah, what, with one brain cell between them? Yes.
sometimes I actually feel sorry for her because she does seem so sincere about it. And I do kind of wonder, is this just what happens when she's off her medication?
Or is
Yeah,
she just
it's-
playing the big game?
I was just going to say, she knows how to play. She knows how to make her money.
Oh,
This is
fuck,
how
I
she
wish
does
I
it.
knew how to play, hey. Damn it, I wish I knew how to just... Because some of these people, the shit that spews forth from their mouths, they
Well-
kiss their children
Yeah.
with those mouths, and then they talk all of this nonsense, and you think, how did you even make it to adulthood? Get married and have a family, and you look like you have a bloody nice house, and. I mean, the one video she had 2 cars in her driveway.
Yeah,
How?
because she once was an actual person,
That's funny.
and now she's
Well-
not an actual person.
Yeah, there's always the question of did she just inherit the house from her parents? Or,
Well,
even
she's
without that, in the US, you know, if you get in with a good company, you can get just a really repetitive job that doesn't really require a brain at all, and still make a decent living to have a house in the suburbs.
Yeah, she could be an envelope licker, where they just
Yeah.
sit there all day and lick an
that
envelope
could
and press it shut.
explain the one brain cell remaining,
There you
because
go.
if the one
That
brain cell goes, then she's fucking gone.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what the
sorry to
gum
be
of
so
the
rude to
envelopes
her.
does it.
It's not that I want to be rude to her, but she
Liar.
looks like, I mean, a
Well,
lady, mature in years, and she looks like she's experienced in this life.
yeah.
And yet she thinks
And
clouds have alien spaceships in them.
she thinks the sun has a spaceship coming out of it.
That too.
Apparently, there's a track, uh, runway track on the sun to give the spaceship, I don't know, like a running jump or something.
No, no. In one of her videos, she was showing where the sun had a little hatch open up to let the spaceship fly out.
Exactly. And then in the one video, in the same video, she had the bird in three different orientations. First, it was the birds are aliens. Then it was the aliens projecting themselves onto the birds. And then she abandoned that idea altogether. And I can't remember the third idea,
Yeah.
which they were the aliens, I think. Mipet, I'll send you that video. That is, I mean, what bugs me is that these are adults. And I know I
You
keep
guys
saying
have
it.
sent me, between you and the chat tonight, you've set me up with enough videos to send me crazy for the next 2 weeks. I'm positive. Like, I'll watch this and I'm thinking, yeah, right, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to go, oh my God, I've just lost 30 brain cells. Then I'm going to watch the next one and go, holy fuck, there goes another 45. And then I'm going to watch the next one and go, why am I doing this to myself?
But you know what the wonderful thing is? There's a wonderful thing to this. If you can get, in Purple's words, horizontal and catch some
Ew.
Z's, you replenish for the next day. But you have to,
Ah.
get a horizontal and catch some Z's.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I will drug myself to sleep. Not a problem.
Well, that's always my
Nice.
problem is just getting my brain to power down.
Yeah, that's why I have to, I take a sleeping tablet if I,
Yeah.
to actually get to sleep. And I just take a shitload of pain meds to stay asleep. So I actually, But last night, as it was a very late night, I had to be up this morning for the shills. I didn't take my actual sleeping med. I only took my pain meds. So I didn't really get a great sleep night in, if you know what I mean. Well, you do know
I
what I
have
mean.
not slept at all.
Yeah, I know, but you're
So
crazy.
I woke up yesterday morning at 5 o'clock with Bobby, and it's now 2 o'clock the next afternoon.
Yeah.
So
I'm going on like 36 hours without sleep at this point.
yeah, yeah. So we're on par with each other, just not in the same time zone.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sort
I
of glad I
really
got my few
appreciate
hours.
everybody joining us this afternoon. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. It was
I
fun.
love prattling on for hours and hours on meaningless drivel.
But it's not meaningless drivel. It's
I know.
But I mean,
fun,
I just
weird
want to
stuff.
say, sorry, Purple.
I was just gonna say, how cool is this world we live in? That we're literally on 3 different continents and having a conversation like we're all in the same room.
Yep,
I
I
think
love
it's
it.
fucking awesome. It's I'm sorry I swear so much. It is amazing. And
And how gorgeous are the three of us on the screen? Look at us. How beautiful.
Lovely stuff. Girl power, man.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had I just want to say at this point, I don't know where Carl is. I haven't seen or heard from him in a couple of weeks. And if you ever watch this live stream and you get to this point, please get a hold of us. Just let us know that you are okay. I know that you're working a lot, and we just want to know that you're okay.
He is okay. I actually saw him. He posted on Facebook.
Oh, I think I need to go
Yeah.
send him a WhatsApp. I do have his WhatsApp.
Yeah, because I saw him on Facebook and
I miss him in the chat.
and reacted to him. Yeah, so do I. But like you said, he has been very busy with work. But I have seen him, as I said, posting on Facebook. So he is still around and okay. You know,
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
But Carl, if you're listening to this, bad boy.
What you gonna do? Okay. Sorry. Okay. So we're gonna start winding down, and I will start with Purple. You can tell us your last thoughts and what you got coming up.
Nothing special. I just do my casual chats Wednesday at noon and Thursday at 10 p.m. U.S. Central Time.
So that's
Yes, I find that I can't join you because it's either like very early in the morning or very late
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah, your
I'm
clock is
struggling
off
at
the
this time of
reverse.
year. But hey, don't you guys do like Mipet's got daylight savings time right now? So it puts us a little
No.
bit out of sync also.
No, we're the opposite way. We're out of our daylight saving. We're back into winter mode.
Oh.
And
you
they've got
see.
daylight saving on, and it's all crapped around. So it's really early in the morning instead of later in the day. Oh, it's all fucked up. I
It's
hate this
7
time
a.m.
changey
Sunday
stuff.
here for me.
At the moment, it's 9:30 p.m. on Sunday here.
Okay, so you're 14 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I am 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and
we're
it
all
looks like-
actually on a
like-
Sunday. So that's pretty cool. That we're all on the actual same
Wow.
day. That's pretty
Yeah,
unusual.
that is awesome also. How rare is that?
Because I'm usually sort of in advance, and
12
everyone else
hours
is.
ago.
Yeah.
12 hours ahead.
I'm usually not awake now because, even for my own time zone, I don't keep what most people would consider a normal schedule. So I'm usually not up at this hour of the morning.
We'll try and have a bit of a nap now then, and tell everyone that's making noise anywhere near you to go away.
Yeah. In a much more appropriate manner. Fuck off. I'm resting. All right. Mip,
Excuse
what
me,
you've got
Purple
coming
is
up?
I was just going to say, Purple is a lady, so don't tell her to say naughty things, because she's a lady, not like
man,
us
that
fuckers.
is a gender stereotype, okay?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying, well, us rude fuckers, we can say those sort of things, but Purple's a lady.
Okay, you know what? I have a better suggestion. And you call me and I will tell them. The mood I'm in, I don't think I'll mind telling somebody to just fuck off.
Well, what have I
Especially
got?
a flat earther. Please,
Oh,
any
yeah,
flat earther,
anytime.
I'm making this appeal
Anytime.
to you. Fucking contact us. We want to pummel you. And
Well,
not in a
like the
good way
pummel horse.
either.
Yeah, I'm no lady, and actually, what people have to watch out for is if Sloth Girl thinks somebody's not treating me right, she'll go and tear them apart.
Well, there you go.
I love it. I love it.
Me too.
She's very protective of me, and yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah, she's gone off on
Yes.
people online a couple of times because they were like stressing me out.
Yeah, and who needs more stress in their bloody lives? Seriously. You go online to be
Some of us-
de-stressed, not get more stressed.
Some of us don't even have to go anywhere to get some stress. It comes to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're not
It's
going
like,
out there into the world to counter stress. Here
no,
you
we'll
go.
bring
Let
it to
me bring
you.
it right to your doorstep.
Well,
All right, guys, I don't have much coming up. I do have a video. I'm obviously holding thumbs for the lunar eclipse tomorrow morning, starting at around 2:45 a.m. GMT +2. And this is actually going to be one of the longest eclipses we've had in a long time. I'm only going to be seeing about 4 hours of it before the moon will go below the horizon and out of my view. So I'm
well,
going to
are
see
you
what I
going to
can
see a
capture.
complete eclipse from where you are?
Oh, yes. It's only Mepet and that part of Australia and the extreme parts in the Pacific who aren't going to see the eclipse.
yeah, lucky us.
Yeah,
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. You watch my channel. I'm going to be filming it. I'm going to be
Oh,
outside
shit.
from about 2:30 in
So,
the morning.
so I should go and subscribe, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Subscribe to
Yeah.
my channel.
Everybody,
Ring that bell.
ring that
And
bell.
if you might be so
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
inclined, please support me on PayPal.
I just haven't been in the right area to see a total eclipse since I was a child.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I haven't seen one, but if I'd lived a little bit further north in Australia, we would have got it was the blood moon eclipse.
I've got
That
a
was
vague
back
memory
last
of
year, I
seeing one
think.
when I was like 7 or 8 years old, but that's, it's so far back, I don't really remember it very well at all. I
Yeah.
do
I never
remember.
cared about it. I didn't think it was something to worry about. It's a phenomenon, happens every year in different locations, depending where you are on the globe. You see it or you don't, and that was my attitude until flat earthers came along and started lying about it.
Oh no, it's just, when I was a kid, it was, really cool that it was this rare event, and I read up on it, and I know I built some kind of a shadow box thing out of a
I
cardboard
was going to
box,
say. Yeah.
to be able to
Yes.
view it safely.
Well,
Yeah,
because
they help you in
we live.
school. I remember doing that when I was in school.
Yeah, because we lived. I lived out in the country. We didn't have light pollution. So, and I went to the local school. It was an agricultural school because we lived in farmland basically. So yeah, we made the same thing, the shadow boxes and everything, and how to view it without hurting your eyes and all that sort of shit. And yeah, it was awesome because there was no light pollution of any sort and everything, and it was awesome. But
Well, and
again,
there
it
was
was when I was very young.
There was one like 5
Luckily
years
for
ago.
me, sorry, Purple.
Well, there was one like 5 years ago, but just, where I was living, we didn't get a totality. It only got like 3/4.
The
You know.
big lunar eclipse of 2017.
Yeah,
The
so
flat Earth favorite.
I brought my welding goggles to work with me so I could look at it through my welding goggles.
But it was only where you were. It was only a partial.
Yeah, it was
or
only like
3/4.
3/4 covered. It never completely covered it.
I am going to be with the moon. I'm going to try and zoom it 8 times and keep shifting my camera to see if I can get the whole entire thing. I'm not going to be able to see I'm only going to be able to see the shadow cover the moon, not like move past the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been waiting for this for 2 years. Since the last eclipse, I was outside watching a bright full moon when everybody else was looking at an eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
So, look out, Mother Nature. If you cloud the skies, she's going to kill you.
It's looking good right now, guys. I got my camera. I'm watching that side to see how the sky is progressing. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. I think that I don't even know how to feel. I don't even know. I mean, should somebody be this excited?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
if it's something that you're passionate about, of course it is.
yeah.
And my
Like I said, if it's a rare event that you're only going to see a couple times in your life, yeah.
yes, that too. And the next one that's coming up, which is sometime later this year, people in Australia are going to see it, and not many people around the world are going to be able to see it.
So I go and flog the twins' telescope. I mean, borrow the twins' telescope.
Yes,
So
for the
I
next
can,
one.
for the next one. All right.
Yeah, because you're going to see it, and we are not going to be able to see it. So I know I've
Yeah, I might
harped
have
a
to.
lot about the lunar eclipse, but I have been waiting for it for a long, long time. And now that it's
Yep.
here, I think I'm ready, guys.
Yep.
I might have to make sure that I might go down to Mum's over the couple of days of the next one, because
Oh yeah,
down where I
because she
grew
doesn't
up,
have
it's like
lights. Hey.
no light pollution at all, and the
Mm.
Milky Way is awesome anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could do that, that would be freaking fantastic. Take the
That was
telescope down
yeah.
there,
That
be
was one of the
wicked.
few advantages where I lived in Michigan. Was the northern peninsula of Michigan? There are no big cities, so
Yeah,
you didn't have to go far. Just a couple miles outside of town, and there were no lights at all.
yeah. I think Mum's got one street light, but a rock will take care of that.
Okay, don't say that out loud.
Oh, whoops! Did I? Shit.
I am going to the direction that I'll be looking in is sort of like just between west and west southwest, so it's not going to be too bad. There's no lights there. I'm just looking into the fields. So, guys, I think we should say goodbye to the live stream.
Okay.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please join us again next week sometime. Mipit and I will let you know when we'll be live.
Bye
Have
bye
a
all.
great one.
Night, guys.
Bye.